80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wild Card game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Edmonds going to get the handoff here on the option. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Murray now. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A huge play there for Arizona.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Shotgun now from Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range, so now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Faking the give to Mostert. Now Lance sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for the Niners. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
First carry for Raheem Mostert. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Lance going to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now Lance. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. They coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go, but when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
He's got 1 touchdown pass already in this quarter, obviously looking for number 2, and definitely not playing the check down game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Let's get there. Like 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. 22, like 22.
Throwing now is Lance. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, well, they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lance. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trent Sherfield there to make the grab. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Play action. Now it's Murray. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tartt. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off of play action, here's Lance. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. Lance looking to throw it. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Trent Sherfield with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now on 2nd and 13. Murray. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Credit the sack to Jonathan Hankins. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front seven defensively, they had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. They're going for it. Hits Murray. Eluding the pressure right. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Well, they picked up the first down, but I'm just going to say it. I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot, and it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
Well, it wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are. Stay with who you know.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Eric Armstead able to get him for a loss of about 3. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Flushed out right.
And Lance will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
And the Cardinals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college.
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble.
And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down.
Murray going to throw.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. First down, Murray. This is caught. It's Kirk. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Out left, he's got it to Everett. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. Again, they'll throw with Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
A final shot before half from Murray. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cards are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Prater for the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
A nice start to the drive, picking up 12 yards there and a very quick first down. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Second and 10.
Like 22.
Play action. Now it's Lance. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Lance a handoff here to Mostert.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
This is Mostert. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Forced out to his left.
And Lance will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And now they'll throw with Lance.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle there to make the grab.
And the 49ers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. On the handoff, it's Edmonds.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
This one complete to the running back, Chase Edmonds.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll go option to the short side. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Murray. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Niners are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Now a play fake. Lance completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Rolling to his right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down. Play fake. Murray on the move to his left. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. Touchdown, Cardinals. Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor, and he shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free. Extra point good by Prater, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Lance. This one taken in by the former Baylor Bear, Jalen Hurd. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now Lance again. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 44-yard line. Working from the gun, Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's taken down inside the 30. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trent Sherfield saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Murray now to throw. Dancing to his left. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. A huge play there for Arizona. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. They'll find Everett there, complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Flushed out right. And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. Oh, and he pulled it right. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend.
Chandler Jones, a former All-Pro, in on the tackle.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Off of play action, here's Lance.
Buying time to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. Faking the give to Mostert. Now Lance.
Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And Gold is able to put it through, and that will extend their lead now up to 22.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division, but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion.
He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw on 2nd and 10. Murray. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time.
Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tartt. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And now Mostert is going to be stopped up short. He did not get there.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.